How many days we got? 25. All right, we're just 25 days away from the opening day of the 2023 NFL season. The first week of the season is almost here, man. Ladies and gentlemen, we are live and coming at you from the YouTube sports community, man. And I am not just saying this, but according to YouTube creator, man, we are one of the most popular podcasts. Watch, man, we are the Real to Sports podcast, and welcome to another episode of the Real to Sports Talk Show, man. What we do around here, man, is me and the illustrious podcast panel will discuss the hottest NBA and NFL news. And at the end of the show today, man, we will have an NFL trivia showdown between Philly G and GC to determine who will get that very first pick in the 2023 Real to Sports Group Fantasy Football League, man. So the stage is set, and we got a good show for you, ladies and gentlemen, right here on the Real to Sports Talk Show. Thank you guys for being here with us on this Saturday afternoon, wherever in the world you are right now. Thank you, man. Go ahead and follow us go ahead and start this thing off and follow us on Twitter, aka X, and aka X. I change that thing. I just kind of get used to that. X. It's dumb. Twitter, man. And go sign up and join our sports group on Facebook, man, the Real to Sports Group, as that fantasy football league is getting ready to pop off in a few more weeks, man. I am interested to see what's going on. I got the commissioner down there. He's getting it all together. Commissioner Young Mob, commissioner and president. The commissioner and president. Well, let me introduce you guys to the best in the world at what they do. They are the Real to Sports podcast panel, and he's down in the bayou representing the 504, the good old black and gold. They are the undefeated in the Super Bowl, one time Super Bowl.
Love it.
Undefeated.
Who
that?
I'm gonna be calm right now. I'm gonna just happy birthday to Tracy Porter, the man behind me. One of these other ways, you know what I'm saying?
You see it, baby.
The greatest in Super Bowl history. You know what I'm saying? Because I know the chills was already gone when he caught the ball. I was running around the house going crazy. I ran down the street. So Tracy Porter, I thank you for that. You know what I'm saying?
Let's go, baby.
He gave me that moment.
Who that is in the building, representing the one-time Super Bowl champion, the New Orleans Saints. He is the flyest man in the land. It's my man GC.
Number
GC.
2 coming real soon. Don't worry about it.
Yes, sir. JC's in the building. Fly Eagles Fly is in the building. Fly Eagles Fly. The Bird Gang, representing the NFC East. They are the defending NFC champions, and they are the one-time Super Bowl champion, the Philadelphia Eagles. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Philadelphia's favorite son himself, CEO of PCW, is in the building.
Yes,
Philly G.
What up, people? What up?
Philly G.
And everything. Let's go.
Let's go, Philly G.
Number 2 is coming, huh? This year is our number 2 coming.
Let's go and beat the Chiefs if you get there. Yeah. Beat them if you
Real
get there.
grass time, real football field, okay?
Word. For real, for real. All right, man. I got the legend himself. He is the OG. He is the OG representing the NFC North Division champion. They are the mighty Minnesota Vikings. Yes, sir. Mighty Minnesota Vikings. He is the living legend. He's too hot to handle and too cold to hold. My man, the legendary Q-Dog.
Yes, sir. Let's go, people. Glad you're tuning in for a wonderful show. Let's go.
Let's roll it. Let's roll it. The man with all the rings. And boy, he got all of them today. All the rings. He got the terrible towel with him. Representing Blitzburg is what they call it. The Steel Curtain in the Steel City. And they are the 6-time Super Bowl champion. The Pittsburgh Steelers. It's still, I'm looking outside, and it is a good day to be them. It's the Deuce.
Always a good day to be Deuce. And guys, this is something that y'all probably won't ever see on the show or hear. You know, as you can see, I got on an orange shirt. And it's because I have to say that the best quarterback on the field, the second best quarterback on the field last night was a kid that went to Oklahoma State named Mason Rudolph. And as it hurts me to say that, he looked really good last night, host. I mean, big time bombs down the sideline. I had to throw on this orange and honor my boy Mark. So
okay,
he was the second best quarterback on that field, and definitely the best quarterback out of the state of Oklahoma on that field last night. So
look at him, give him props. Are you sick?
No.
Okay. Let me see. Give him the props. Speaking of Oklahoma State, man, he's Oklahoma State's alumni. He's the president of the Reader Sports Group. He's the commissioner of the Reader Sports Group Fantasy Football League. The man is part of the 3-time Super Bowl champion, the Silver and Black Attack, baby, the Las Vegas Raiders. It's Mr. President himself. It is a young Marcus.
I appreciate that, Deuce. That nearly brought me to tears hearing you say that. And as much as I would love to go into how great Mason Rudolph looked last night, I have to address something serious real quick. It was brought to my attention that just like Adrian Peterson when he was chasing Eric Dickerson, I've come up a little bit short in my responsibilities as president of the Real Sports Group, and I haven't been showing much love to our friends up north in Minnesota. So I just want to take this time to publicly apologize to the Viking fans out there. I ain't forget about y'all. I don't just go looking for hate with y'all. Shout out to Justin Jefferson, number 18. He was voted the second best player in the NFL by his peers this past year. So shout out to him and Skol.
Oh, look at him. Look at him. Live, baby. Look at him.
Whoa.
He just gave a baby face. You just became a baby face, bro.
You didn't hear what I said, did you, host?
Go. Go. God damn.
Yeah, sir.
Boy, you got big kahunas there, boy.
I'm uncomfortable with all this skull going on. It grinds my head.
Good God. Good. Boy. Woo. Oh, there she go. There she go. The queen. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes,
I'm doing
ma'am.
great,
Doing
We
well
are
as well.
live. Yes, sir. We are
Doing
here.
well.
That is Miss Deuce. Boy, the countdown is on. Deuce. The countdown is on, baby. The countdown is real. All right, man, we're going to get this thing popping, man. Speaking of Miss Deuce and Deuce, man, we got HBCU news coming from the HBCU expert himself, man. Let's go ahead and deuce this thing up right now.
Juicing It Up with HBCU News, brought to you by the Real to Sports podcast.
Appreciate that, host. Man, we're going to start off, and I don't know if I'm just being nice to I might be sick, guys. But, Mark, we're going to start off in your league. We're going to start off in the XFL, man. So, August 9th, the XFL had their combine, and, 2 guys swag. If HBCUs were picked up, their rights were picked up. First, we got Mr. Tristan Wallace, a tight end out of Prairie View. He'll be staying in the state of Texas. He's going down to the Houston Roughnecks. Just last year, the 6'3", 220-pound tight end, 21 games played in his career, 78 receptions, over 1,100 yards, and 6 touchdowns. Big-time player. I think he's going to be able to bring some talent over there, down there to Houston. And then this is the one that excites me for sure. Mr. Dallas Daniels, wide receiver out of Jackson State, is heading over to Orlando, and he's a 6'1", 180-pound receiver. Just in 1 year he played at Jackson, 63 receptions, 692 yards, 6 touchdowns. Big-time player. Every time he touches it, he's liable to bang his head on the goalpost. And so I think Orlando definitely get a weapon out of him. Now we're going to jump over to the NFL. Last night we had a preseason game, and it personally wasn't my team playing. It's actually a team that I don't care for, but it's probably the best thing they've done since they sent Mike McCarthy to Dallas. We're talking about the Green Bay Packers, all right? Former SIAC Offensive Player of the Year, Mr. Emmanuel Wilson, have-a-day young man. Former Fort Valley State running back, 6 carries, 111 yards, and not 1, but 2 touchdowns. He had an 80-yard carry in the fourth that put him up big, and host got a little bit to show y'all about that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Ooh.
Outside, and this dude's got home run speed, man. I mean, just bounces it and it's out of there. Not even close, bro. Big time player. I'm hoping he makes is able to make the roster, and as long as he keeps doing stuff like that, he'll be the third back behind Aaron Jones and AJ Dillon. So shout out to Mr. Wilson. We know he's a ball player. He won Offensive Player of the Year one time in his conference, and just wishing the best of luck to you. And I think after this first week of cuts, you'll still be there, brother. So keep balling, keep doing your thing, and that's really all I got. Appreciate you, host.
No doubt, man. No doubt. No question and no doubt.
Juicing It Up with HBCU News, brought to you by the Real to Sports podcast.
Oh man, I gotta play that one more time, bro. That was toast. That was out of here. Going.
Cloudy to clear is what they call it. Cloudy to clear.
Hey, I was just like, bro.
What was that? A halfback dive counter?
Little inside zone, trying to get to the big gap, closes up, bounce it outside.
Hey, look, you can tell. Look at the defense. They in a dime. In the dime package. They just waiting on the pass.
Yeah, 9 went in there. He didn't want no parts of it.
Yeah, bro. 40, just give it up, bro.
Yeah, 40's trying to make the roster. He's trying to, that's why
he ain't gonna make a roster like that. Bench,
at least effort, man. Effort to get you on the field. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He can't just not chase that guy because you definitely going in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, lying, bro.
He was up there with him for a second, but then when he pulled away, it was
like they say, to get away from the cop speed.
Shout out to Gus Johnson.
Yeah, get away from the cop speed.
Yeah, I want to say something else, but I can't. Trigger. Rattles with that speed. That was for real, boy. I got to go thanks speed. That's that AQ. That's that my mama coming. You gotta go.
Yeah.
It's all
just came on speed,
Yeah. You already know.
Boy, got the speed to evade them bullets.
Supposed to be home for the street lights come on.
Yeah,
time to get to the house.
Trying to get to the house, boy.
Trying to get to the house.
Waiting for you, boy.
When they come to get inside, everybody running 4.2s.
Yeah, everybody run 4.2s back there, boy.
Oh, yeah.
I had Chuck Taylor, boy. He's wild. Chuck Taylor be spiting the ground. You don't know about that, boy. All right, man. We're gonna talk some basketball here real quick. This week, man, we got the Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame announced its class of 2023, which includes Heat legend Dwayne Wade. Good old Dwayne Wade, the former shooting guard, became the first player drafted by Miami to receive the award. Receive the honor, and the latest member to get in on the first ballot and to be voted in unanimously. Wade posted a video on Twitter of Hall of Fame Chairman Jerry, I don't want to mess his name up, calling him to deliver the news, and Wade expressed how excited he was about the moment to both the viewers and to his family. That's the call that I've watched people get for a long time, he said. The father of four then told his children they have to change his mind in their phones from dad to Hall of Famer. I like that. Additionally, Wade also shared a picture of a group of goats with social media to describe what it feels like to be a Hall of Famer. And Wade will be inducted into a class that includes Dirk Nowitzki, Tony Parker, Paul Gasol, Greg Popovich, and Becky Hammond. His enshrinement ceremony will take place today on August 12th in Springfield, Massachusetts. Philly G, the Flash is going in. Flash is going. I know you got some great moments and some great memories of good old Dwayne Wade on the court.
As much as I don't like LeBron, one moment comes to mind. And think I'm talking about the iconic dunk, the lob and dunk picture.
Yeah, I got you,
man. Yeah, nice. As a kid that loved to shoot threes on the yard, Dwayne Wade was one of my favorites. Top 5 in my favorites. Man, I'm happy for him. I really am. And he deserves it more than anybody. And I think even if he would have just had just one ring, not the other two, I think he still would be going in today because he was a great player. Like, you just called this man the Flash. That was his nickname for a reason.
That's a fact.
And he's awesome.
Yeah.
Trying to find the right words, so not many. Awesome, great, and legend. That's
right.
3 that can describe.
What a Dwayne Wade. I mean, Marv Avery's Dwayne Wade. He used to stretch his name out. Dwayne Wade. Mr. President, Wade is in.
Man, I couldn't be happier for the brother. I've been a fan of Dwayne Wade for a long time. Especially when he teamed up with Shaq and helped Shaq get another championship in Miami. That was pretty cool. But I'll say this, even despite everything he accomplished on the court, there are very few men in the world of sports that I respect more than Dwayne Wade, especially for how he's been as a father to his daughter and standing up for his family, standing in the line of fire, catching all the hatred and negativity that people throwing at him for his decision to support his daughter. Just him staying true to himself and being that family man and being there for his kids and for his wife through all the difficult times, man. I salute him for that. And that'll be more impressive to me than anything he ever accomplished as a basketball player. Just seeing him buck that narrative that black men are absentee fathers and don't really care for their kids too much, especially if they are an athlete or an entertainer. Seeing the way he goes to bat for his family really does something to me, and I couldn't be happier for him. He's definitely a first ballot Hall of Famer in the fatherhood community.
No doubt, man. Well said there, Mr. President. GC.
Dwayne Wade, once again in an inevitable situation, like this was gonna happen. I had a Dwayne Wade jersey, so I'm actually happy here. I had that Miami, that black and black with the white trim. Ooh. That was back in like 06, 07-ish.
Yeah, the white hot.
I don't have it no more. No, I can fit it. But hey, that's neither here nor there. I remember the play. I think they were playing the Warriors when Klay Thompson blocked his shot. He caught it and shot it back up and then went in.
Oh yeah.
The quick one. The table. I was like, that's the man. Like
Yeah.
That's Dwayne Wade for you.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember that quick. It was at the key. It was real quick. He banked it.
Mm-hmm.
I think. No. Did he make it? No, he didn't make it. He just went straight in.
No, he made. I think it was a game winner, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a game winner. Yeah,
It was a game winner. He made it.
I remember that. The Deuce.
Yeah, man. I think I can speak for all the 97 babies when I say, this 03 draft class is very near and dear to our hearts, man.
Yes,
these guys kind of had a huge imprint on how we look at the game of basketball. And D Wade is just one of those guys, man, going into Miami, being the first one of that draft class to win a championship and, lead his team to a championship. He didn't play second fiddle. Even Shaq will tell you, that was his team, and that was something that Shaq had to understand. But Dwayne Wade has always been one of my favorites. I can remember playing basketball at the house and hitting the game winner and running over to the tailgate of my dad's truck and jumping on top and being like, this is my
I remember that.
Just doing those types of things that D Wade has done. And, from, Marquette all the way to, his entire time in the league, it's just been nothing but a class act, and been a, generation player. He's my third shooting guard of all time, and I think he could be close to one or two if there weren't for two guys named Michael Jordan and Kobe Bean Bryant, you know what I mean? And I think that, that speaks volumes right there, you know what I mean? Because if you take those two guys out, he's number one, but just seeing everything he's done, especially in that 05-06 run, I went back to look at his stats and, they lost those first two games to Dirk and the Mavs,
True.
And then the next four, they won 4 straight, and he had 42, 36, 43, and 36 in those four games, to close out, and win that championship and bring the first championship to Miami. So more than deserved, more than well deserved, incredible career, grateful to be able to see him and watch him play. And, I appreciate, him being there when Bron came down to help Bron understand and learn, what a winning organization was like. And it wasn't all D Wade, but he definitely had a lot to do with it. Him,
big time.
Spo, and I think David Fitzdale was an assistant coach on that team, and Udonis Haslem and so forth. Those guys helped bring LeBron in and teach him what it was like to be a winner, at the highest level. Bron already had the talent, but to see what it takes in the ins and outs and to take care of your body and those types of things, I'm grateful that they were able to do those things together.
I believe Juwan Howard was there too. I believe.
Yeah, Juwan was basically a player coach then.
Yeah, sure was. Well said there. All right, OG D Wade. He's in the Hall of Fame. You're a Hall of Famer yourself. So Hall of Fame, speak on it.
Not like that. But congratulations to D Wade and his family for him reaching the Hall of Fame. I kind of want to touch on his childhood as far as how he came up. I think he came up kind of poverty stricken, and he had some sisters kind of like on a situation like Warren Sapp that made him tough. That made him tough when he was a kid. They was always on him, making sure he was straight in all kinds of situations, kind of helped raise them and made him be. That transcended to his playing on the court and being basketball, the tough player that he is. Same situation like Warren Sapp. And so that transcended to him playing basketball. He's just a tough competitor. And, when they got the super team and they went on and won the NBA championship, he with his first wife, he got custody of his children. And I'm going to piggyback on what Mark said. He's a real man's man when it comes to his children. There's nothing shy about that when it comes to him. That means a lot to him. We've seen a lot of videos of him playing basketball with his children in the room, teaching them the way of life and everything. So, that to me, basketball is just secondary to him, just something natural. But being a father, that really, really, really means a lot to this man. And kudos to him and that. And just a real all-around player. And glad he made it to the Hall of Fame.
Yeah. No doubt, man. No doubt. No doubt. So, hey, shout out to Sojo. What's up, Sojo? Sojo got a question for y'all. He said, "Is he the third best shooting guard of all time?" Oh yeah.
Yeah. To me,
I had him at third or fourth, depending on how where you put AI at. You know, so I understand.
Yeah.
AI not a point guard.
No, he's definitely a two guard. Eric Jones a point guard.
He was one that kind of revolutionized the shooting guard, point guard type thing.
He was like a point guard.
He had the ball more than Eric Snow, but he was definitely a two guard.
Let me ask you this: is Luka a point guard?
Oh, good question. It's like a fucking third. I mean, he's like a three. He played like a three.
But he has the ball as much as the point guards do. So that's my comparison to AI.
With Kyrie, he's a shooting guard now because
his usage rate is through the roof.
Is now.
What you say, Philly G?
I was saying that AI was like a point guard and a shooting guard at the same time. He was considered he was a shooting guard, but he was sometimes considered a point guard. Did that make
a combo guard?
Situation. It was just him and Mutombo.
He was the leader.
You know what I'm saying? So his usage rate was going to be through the roof. And with Luka,
go ahead, GC. Go ahead.
And with Luka, I mean, his skill set. I mean, the league is trending towards the 6-7 point guards and all that other stuff. So his usage is gonna be through the roof, and can't nobody stop him. He tell you it's too easy. Yeah. So if it's that easy for him, why not give him the ball all the time?
That's fair. Even to your point, though, even with AI, I think I'm still putting Flash above AI as far as career accolades going. We're talking Hall of Fame career and 3 championships, being able to win one as the guy. I still put him above AI.
You would lose that battle though, Deuce. You'll lose that battle because AI was more of an influence to the game. That's why he'll get that nod. He'll get that nod over Dwayne Wade.
That don't make him a better player though.
No. Well, better. I think Iverson was hard on his sleeve, bro. Obviously, man, I ain't never seen nobody with so much heart in my life, boy, on the court.
That's why I
third or fourth for sure, depending on how you feel.
I see the accolades. What you're talking about, championships. Obviously, AI didn't get that ring, everything but the chip. But but AI was just a great player.
Yeah. Would y'all consider
an argument by me from that?
Would y'all consider Tracy McGrady as a shooting guard? Yeah, I think T-Mac is better than Dwayne Wade.
I mean,
I don't think so.
So when you go top 5 shooting guards, you go Mike
minus championships.
Mike Why we gonna take championships out of it?
Oh, I'm talking about skills.
Oh, AI's at the top of that list.
I'm talking about skills, bro.
I think we moving the goalpost a little bit, fellas.
No, bro.
Is that the motto of the AFC North?
Yeah, championships don't make you, bro, because you don't win them by yourself. You win them with a team. Championships don't make you.
Yeah.
If you win in a championship 5-on-1, that make you a dog. You the greatest. I mean, Kobe won with Shaq. LeBron won with Wade. Steph won with Clay. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was always a 1-2 coming. Nobody won by themselves. But as far as, man, Tracy McGrady was on another level, bro.
Yeah, I'm not going to argue.
We just said, and what Dwayne Wade did in games 3 through 6, was it 42-36, 49-36? You know what I'm saying?
And Dwayne Wade only had a good 2-3 good years. That's about it, bro.
I don't know.
06, 07, and then when Bron came, he kind of took the back seat because Bron was the guy.
I'm gonna disagree with you on that one, bro.
Deuce's face says it all.
Yeah, I don't know.
Come on.
I'm gonna disagree.
Tracy McGrady led the league in scoring. Did Dwayne Wade do? No.
I mean,
see, that's the difference. Tracy McGrady led the league in scoring, but Dwayne Wade won an NBA championship. Tracy McGrady wasn't even set up to win an NBA championship.
T-Mac's not even on the NBA top 75 team.
Huh?
Hey, if it's
I'm talking about
if it's
here.
any consolation prize, y'all, and a couple of years ago did a ranking of the best shooting guards of all time, and they had Jerry West at 3, D Wade at 4, Clyde the Glide at 5, and AI was down to 6.
Clyde was good too.
That's nonsense.
Clyde was good. Clyde was really good.
And Coach D Wade led the league. He was an NBA scoring champion in 2009.
Who?
Dwayne Wade.
He averaged 36.
He led the league in scoring. He had a scoring title.
Yeah.
Mark.
NBA scoring champion in 2009. All-Star Game MVP in 2010 and a Finals MVP in 2006.
Dwayne Wade never led the league in scoring.
He averaged 30.2 in 2008, 2009.
Yeah.
He had 35 and 7. That was his stat line.
A scoring title.
That would give it to him. 30 plus.
I'm checking. Yep, D Wade was the NBA scoring leader in the 2008-2009 season. With the Heat, he scored.
No. I'm asking, did he lead the league in scoring?
Yes, he was the NBA. He was the NBA scoring champion in 2008-2009.
Where he averaged 30.2 points a game.
Yep.
Okay, so that goes back.
But in host defense, though, Tracy McGrady did it back-to-back years in 2002 and 2003.
Tracy McGrady. I mean, and what's the beauty of it is, hey, we on the same building, we just got different views, dudes.
Right.
You know, same building, same Wagley, both of them great.
Yeah,
I just think T-Mac was more of a more charismatic because the things that he did in the game. Dwayne Wade was just basic, but boy, when he could turn it on, boy, he could turn it on.
Yeah,
I don't know if I call it basic, but
he might be like 6th on my list. Maybe 7.
Dwayne Wade couldn't shoot though. He wasn't a shooter.
He didn't have to.
Exactly. He had help. Tracy McGrady had no help.
You can go back and listen to a lot of these guys who had to hold D-Wade, and I know for sure the same thing is true about T-Mac. But you know, he didn't have a weakness. You know, when he'd take the screen, go off the screen, he'd finish at the rim. The best ever at getting the screen and rejecting and going the opposite way, had him shooting the mid range. You know, eventually he had somewhat of a decent three point shot. I just don't know.
Tracy McGrady?
Tracy
McGrady beat my Spurs in 30 seconds. They came back and beat us in 30 seconds.
That
was insane. I mean,
also bad defense.
Oh God!
Ironically enough, Tracy McGrady would have a ring if it wasn't for Dwayne Wade.
Oh God, yeah, that's a fact. I think
my boy Shaq out of there and put T-Mac on that team.
There you go. I think just Wade was in a better position, right place at the right time. And then you got Ray Allen coming and Chris Bosh, and then it was really on then. And then T-Mac was on his way out. He was on his way out by then. But
and that's I'm not going to argue the LeBron championships, but that 05-06 team, there was a lot of D Wade, there was a lot of players.
Oh yeah, man.
He definitely did the heavy lifting.
Oh yes, sir. Yes, sir. That like you said against Dallas when he scored 36 points in the last. I remember I was in Florida watching that game. Man, something special, man. I mean, he was killing it. My man, Mystery Sauce. Bonjour, my bros. Okay. Oh yes, sir. Over in
Sauce?
What's up, man? Going on in France right now. Over there in Paris, France. Man, I'll tell you, Real Sports is over in France, baby.
Everybody
all over the world.
Yeah,
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Man. Everybody comes through.
Some of them French fries. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah, what I'm talking about. All right, man. OG.
Yes, sir.
Hey, yeah, I ain't gonna even go there. I'm gonna leave OG out of it. I'm gonna leave OG out. Let's go to some football, fellas. OG. Here we go. Oh Lord. That's my man right there, OG. The Minnesota Vikings. This is about the Minnesota Vikings. Vikings owner Mark Wilf. He said this, and I quote: "The real focus is 100% on the 2023 NFL season, not Kirk Cousins' expiring contract." Minnesota Vikings owner Mark Wilf is abstaining from making declarative statements regarding quarterback Kirk Cousins' future. Speaking Tuesday, Wilf said ownership would allow general manager Kwesi and coach Kevin O'Connell to make that decision at a later date. Said this, and I quote: "We'll leave that to Kwesi and coach to work through discussions," Wilf said via ESPN. "There's always conversations on that, but our real focus is 100% on 2023 and getting where we need to be and where I know we can be." Since arriving in Minnesota on a fully guaranteed contract, Cousins has inked 2 extensions with the Vikings. However, he's headed towards free agency in 2024 after playing out the final year of his contract, with sides agreeing to push future discussions into the offseason. The soon-to-be 35-year-old has thrown for 20,934 yards and 153 touchdowns with 50 interceptions in 80 games with the Vikings over 5 years. The 4-time Pro Bowler has been prolific, but getting Minnesota over the postseason hump has been the bugaboo, with last year's home wild card loss to the New York Giants the most recent example. Cousins is a solid quarterback, but is he the type who can ultimately find success in January? It's the question that has plagued the signal caller for years. And I'm going to go to you, OG, by you being the Viking fan. What you think about your quarterback, Kirk Cousins? Is he the future? Do you see him as the future for the Vikings?
I really don't know. I just kind of feel like he kind of been getting a bad rap in a way, because he haven't won the championship or like took the team to an NFC championship. I think it's really got to do something with our offensive line. We never really had a really solid offensive line. We got 2 bookend tackles that are Pro Bowlers with O'Neal and Darrisaw. But the interior of our line is just that's where all the pressure comes up in front, and Kirk Cousins is not the kind of quarterback that will look down the barrel of a gun. You protect him well, he'll do well. He's accurate. We can see what the statistics about his touchdowns and the yards. And he's playing with one of the greatest receivers in the game today. You putting the tight end, TJ, and then KJ Osborne, and now you throw in Jordan Addison. You got some weapons, and he know how to utilize his weapon, but it's just all about protection with him, especially up front. So he's a good quarterback, but at the same time, I just look at it that he has to this year. It's got to be Super Bowl or NFC Championship for them to look into keeping him as a Viking. There's nothing else that if he don't make it to one of those 2, then I think they move on from him. Even though they have to get another veteran in with the type of team that they have. They have a ready team as far as offensively now. They'll be top 5 in offense, maybe top 3. But I really feel like this is his moment to solidify him being a Viking in the future. But it has to be NFC Championship or Super Bowl, 1 to 2. And
so you think he can keep up now? Because you got some young gunners on your team now. Now,
yeah.
Is he able to keep up, though? I know you said based on the offensive line, but, I mean, these guys, you got 2 fast wide receivers down there. I mean, you really got to throw that ball spot on.
Yeah. Now, he's an accurate quarterback. Now, he can get the ball to the receivers and everything, but it's just about protection with him. He don't move a lot, and, just the interior. That's our problem. Our interior line has to do better in protection. Because he can get the ball to Jefferson and the rest of the boys. I mean, that's no problem. But our thing is that the defense don't never help the offense. But this time, I got the man that I wanted, Brian Flores. You know, with his impressive resume, that he's been able to change defenses and the offense. You know, training camp has been amazed at the way the schemes that Brian Flores has implemented with this defense. And so the defense will put the offense in better position. The defense will he'll get more opportunities. And so we know that he can score, but I think it's really more about our defense this year. It's really not about Kirk Cousins. He'll do okay. He showed that he's been doing okay for years, but he has to have that defense to help him. And I think that'll get us over the hump, at least to the NFC Championship. I'm looking at that because the offense is there, it's ready. So that's his year to either prove to them that he'll still be a current Viking if he can make it to the NFC Championship or Super Bowl. If they don't, they're gonna move on from him. They have to.
Mm-hmm. Super Bowl or bust. What you think, Deuce?
My bad. My mic.
You good?
It's an interesting situation with Kirk. I love Q-Dog's optimism about his defense, but he just hasn't been able to get over the hump. He hasn't been able to win the games he needs to when he needs to. I watched the Netflix quarterback documentary, and I'll be honest, it gave me a larger respect for Kirk Cousins because I saw in certain situations, you know, that the media makes it to be him. It's not always him. With that being said, a lot of the times it is Kirk Cousins. You know what I mean? And I'm looking at his playoff win, and he only has one, and unfortunately, it was against, you know, my boy GC Saints. And you know, if they throw a pass interference call on Kyle Rudolph in the end zone, then it might be a different game. But I think the right thing to say if you're the owner, honestly, you know, going into this year, you know, you have to focus on the season. We'll figure out Kirk's contract situation a little bit later. But like Q-Dog say, they do have an offense that is ready to go. So I think you go out and you play the game, and we'll figure out the particulars a little bit later. The problem with that is your second quarterback on the roster is Nick Mullins. So if you were to get rid of, you know, Kirk and, you know, barring you go out and draft somebody, depending on where you finish, you know, you're not getting a top 5, you know, quarterback or anything like that. So I think it's interesting how they're going to let that play out, what they're going to do, whether they decide to extend them for maybe a year or so, give them a 1 year. But I don't know. I think Kirk's time is dwindling down. I agree with Q-Dog. I think it's time for him to make a run in the playoffs to kind of solidify himself and be like, okay, we're going to let him retire a Viking. If not, I could see the parting ways with him. It's just how they're going to go about it after the fact, whether it's Nick Mullins or if you're going after a free agent or if you're going to try to get somebody in the draft or, you know, maybe even a Luis Perez or something like that. So we're going to see. We're going to see. I had to host. Got to keep y'all on y'all's toes, man.
Philly G.
Well,
Luis Perez.
Kirk Cousins.
That dude sucks. Ain't no dude cute. Luis Perez suck, man. That dude's got cute. Go ahead, Philly G.
He got a championship though.
Okay, all right, Mark.
Yeah. Go ahead, bro. Yeah. Go ahead, Philly G.
As I was saying though, I love you, OG. I'm gonna start with that. But honestly, I think Kirk Cousins' ceiling is the second round. He hasn't shown much, and I'm fully blaming it on him. His defense kind of sucked last year, and then
They're terrible.
Giants at home and I don't fully blame that on him, but they ain't got to play better. Just play better as a whole. But do I like Kirk Cousins? Yeah, a little bit. He's a good player. Notice I said good. He's not great, but he's good. Right. But there's no reason why with this offense he shouldn't get past the second round.
Mm-hmm.
You have Justin Jefferson, number one receiver right now in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
You know, then you got T.J. Hockenson from Detroit. I thought that would have been boom. That would have been it, like for them to get.
That worked out good.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
That worked out good.
Went further than what they did after that wild card game. They should have went further. They should have been playing the game against us, really. But you know, things didn't happen that way. But as far as Kirk Cousins' future, I think he does retire probably as a Viking. But if he doesn't get past that, second round, wild card round, I see him going elsewhere or he becomes a free agent.
Mm-hmm.
They just want to get past wild card in the second rounds, man. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely agree. I definitely agree with Philly G. GC, what you think, bro?
I'm gonna start asking Kirk Cousins. Well, making him a Super Bowl or bust year. I think he's gonna end up off on a bust. I'm going to piggyback off of Deuce. I think he stays because you have Nick Mullins and you have like somebody else that's young, but that's unproven. And I mean, Kirk ain't the best, but at least he's proven enough to give him the contract. I mean, give him $88 million guaranteed when I think he didn't deserve it. But I guess it worked out in your favor. You beat us twice. So I mean, at the end of the day, I don't think Kirk going nowhere. I think he'll retire right where he is. So I give it to him.
Mm-hmm. Mr. President.
Oh man, Kirk Cousins. I've been following his career since 2012 when he was 4th round draft pick out of Michigan State by Washington. I do give him credit where credit is due. He's turned chicken salad, turned chicken shit into chicken salad. Going from he was drafted specifically to be a backup to RG3. He broke out of RG3's shadow, became the man in Washington, and really when they had no stability anywhere else in that organization, he was stabilizing them and helping them win a lot of games.
Took it to the playoffs.
I think he did. I think Kirk Cousins is just a step below Phillip Rivers. He can win you a lot of games, but he doesn't have enough horsepower, if you will, to kind of get into the gear that you need to get into to get to a championship. That's just my opinion. I watched Kirk Cousins for years. People bring up the game last year, the largest comeback in NFL history. With all due respect, they were playing against a really bad Indianapolis Colts team. And then number two, people mentioned, the game with Buffalo. I think that game was more about Justin Jefferson turning on his, takeover badge, if you will, more so than Kirk Cousins turning on his. Kurt's an amazing dude. I got mad respect for him. He never says or does anything that makes you not like him. And I think he's one hell of a teammate. But I just don't think that he's going to be the guy to get you where you need to go. In my humble opinion, though, one thing you cannot deny is statistically he's one of the best quarterbacks that ever played a game, especially in terms of accuracy and completion percentage. What I would do if I was Minnesota is I would go down kind of the same route that the Giants went when they had a rookie Eli Manning and a veteran Kurt Warner. I would hold on to Kurt, use the cerebral part up here, and let him help groom and be like an extra quarterback coach to the young quarterback you're going to draft to develop for the future. I think if you can get somebody like a Michael Penix Jr. out of Washington next year, or somebody else down the line that we haven't thought of yet, get him in the building, let him learn from Kurt, and grow with those young weapons that Q-Dog has up there in Minnesota, then that's when you can really see the true benefit of it. But I just personally don't think Kirk Cousins is going to be the guy to get you to the Super Bowl. Saying that it's a Super Bowl or bust season for Kirk Cousins, Lord forgive me, but I got to be completely honest with myself here. That's like asking Mason Rudolph to dethrone Kenny Pickett as a starting quarterback and lead the Steelers all the way to another championship. That's just the honest to goodness truth.
And it's true. And I agree with everybody. This is a make or break Q for Kurt. Yes, you guys are going in the right direction, but I ain't gonna say that he can't do it. I'm not going to say he can't do it. And that's a great comparison with Phillip Rivers, Mark. That was spot on, bro. Like, because he is exactly that type of guy that just can't get over the hump. Just can't get over the hump. But Kirk Cousins has a better team than what the Chargers had.
I was like getting that. He has a great team.
Yeah, exactly.
You gotta get over that hump, man.
Right.
But the thing that I'm really holding on to, the key is Kevin O'Connell. And Kevin O'Connell is a smart man. We see that he came from the Rams and how he made Cooper Kupp this amazing superstar. And once he left, you heard nothing about Cooper Kupp. The Rams went down. They went snowball fast once Kevin O'Connell left. He was the mastermind of that offense. So this is the second year with Kevin O'Connell. And so everybody knows the defense. I mean, offense pretty good. I mean, they was good last year. And with Adam Thielen, and he didn't really do anything. He didn't have 100-yard games in 2 years. So now you coming in with Jordan Addison, and you got speed and T.J. Hockenson and Osborne. Hey, you got some weapons, and Kevin O'Connell, he's a chess master, so he'll be able to put things in plays in position to make him be successful. So Kevin O'Connell is the key to getting him. He's a good situational coach. I love him, and I think he'll be the key to help Kirk Cousins.
Well, I mean, it's kind of hit or miss. I kind of agree with you, Q, but I agree with the fellas too. But because I mean, Kirk Cousins is an accurate quarterback. He's good, but man, if the Vikings is going on, you could tell that they're on a higher level than the Vikings of old. Like they can actually bring back, if they want to, the Randy Moss days with that high explosive offense, what they had. Mm-hmm. They just need that right quarterback. And Kirk Cousins, like you said when you were saying earlier, Kirk Cousins don't move. Nowadays, quarterback got to move because the defense is faster. So quarterback got to move. You got to move. You need a moving quarterback, especially when you got fast receivers like that. It's a lot of play actions you're going to throw. But they will work good because you got speedy receivers and anything like that. But it's kind of like the Eagles. It's kind of like the Eagles. The Eagles had such a good team. They just missing a quarterback. And along comes Jalen Hurts. Bam, they in the Super Bowl. Just like that. It took a year or two for him to get improved or whatever, but boom, they went to the Super Bowl. And y'all can do that too, Q, with the right quarterback. With the right quarterback. If that defense under Brian Flores, who is a very good defensive coordinator, I believe so, man. I believe so. They can finally get there. But I think as Mark and Deuce and everybody else is saying that Kirk Cousins just may not be it. It just may not be. It just seemed like an older guy with such a young team.
Yeah,
you got to learn how to move.
I think with the addition of Brian Flores, I think that's going to help out tremendously. That was our Achilles heel last year. We could score, but we have to. Our defense was giving up points too. So Brian Flores, he will tighten that up, and once he tighten that up, I think that that will kind of propel us.
Yeah, quarterbacks got to move.
Yeah,
they got to move. Q. Derek Carr's going to have to move with the Saints. Me and Mark know Derek Carr, when he wants to, he can move. Kenny Pickett is a mover. Kenny Pickett will run that ball. He got feet. He can move. He can go. We all know about Jalen. We all know about what Jalen can do. So, I mean, and Garoppolo, we're going to suffer. But they don't have any quarterbacks like that as statues. It's about to be a lost art, bro, because you got to move. The defense is just too fast.
We also got to be,
and even Daniel Jones.
We also got to be honest about who we've known Kirk to be, though, guys. Like I understand, Q's point of Kevin O'Connell being, a cerebral guy, can put players in the right position to be successful. I understand all of that. But at the end of the day, once you're in that position, can you execute? And sadly, with Kirk being a very accurate guy and not, making the quote unquote mistakes we're used to other quarterbacks seeing, he doesn't execute down the line. He doesn't execute when the game's on the line and when things matter the most. And obviously he has this, this reputation that follows him about, you know, primetime Kirk, you know, who if the game's at 7 o'clock or later, he doesn't play well. You know what I mean? We've gone to learn that that's who he is, you know. So I just at 35 years old, I don't think I'm willing to say he's going to turn it around. He's going to just now at 35, he's going to figure it out and he's going to do it down the stretch when we've grown to understand that that's just not who he is. You know what I mean? And I wish him the best. You know, like I said, you know, watching that documentary and that series made me like Kirk a lot more and understand, you know, the work that he goes through and the things that he does. And, you know, with that defense, sometimes it's not always him, you know. But at the end of the day, when there's one play on the line and, you know, one drive and drill and Kirk's my quarterback, I don't know if Q-Dog, I know you're a diehard Vikings fan, but you can't tell me you're comfortable with a 2-minute drill and Kirk Cousins got the ball in his hand. You know, you can't tell me you're not just a little bit worried of what's going to happen.
Yeah, well, yeah, I agree with you on that. You know, when the lights on and when we play these prestigious games and we're on television like that, he seems to want to fold and pressure moments and you know, if he can get that in control when we play these big games, like when we play Philly the second week, you know, on Thursday night, you know, that's a tough team. We've been there before. They smashed us last year. We're going back there again the second week. So I think they'll be a better team. They'll be more ready for Philly at that time. But it's going to be on Kirk Cousins and Kevin O'Connell. It's going to be on their shoulders, you know, because they was there last year and they seen what happened. They have to do better. And so that if they can come out that game with a win, I can see them going forward doing positive things. But if they go back there the second week and get smashed like they did, it's going to be a problem. They have to do better. Yeah.
I agree with Deuce, and I was about to say, but Deuce cleared it up. I agree with Deuce. It wasn't all about Kevin. You know, you're the quarterback, so of course you're gonna get the blame. I mean, the ball is the center, the spotlight is on you. But it wasn't just Kirk Cousins. Could he perform in prime time? No. But that's why, you know, I've been asked before, like, man, why are you always so defensive when it comes down to the Vikings? Because he's just like last year's Raiders and the year before that with the Raiders. The Raiders put up points. Derek Carr did his job. Derek Carr can't play defense. Derek Carr put up points. But we gave up a lot of points. And that you can't win games like that. We got like the most what the record was. The most we gave up a lot of games because we was in the lead last season. We was leading so many games and they came back and won. We are great for half team, but after that it's nothing. But what I'm saying is Derek Carr put up points. He scored touchdowns. He did his thing. But the defense, our defense was terrible under Paul Gunther. It was garbage. Y'all defense cute.
Yeah, and that's the reason why I said when the season was over, I said it's one man that I want. I said it's one man that I want that's out there. I want Brian Flores. Yeah. And even though we went through the interview to be in the coaching or whatever, and when that didn't happen, I knew we waited. Yeah. And that's the man that we wanted because he has an impressive resume when it comes to defense. Impressive. Been successful everywhere he goes. So that defense will be better and it will complement the offense. And so, you know, that's what we needed. That's what we needed. We can score the points. That's no problem. We'll be top 5 in offense. Mm-hmm. But the defense and Brian Flores will make the difference.
Yeah.
I'm going to take the chance and I'm going to go on something we haven't talked about.
Yes, sir.
Kirk Cousins has always had a 1,000-yard back responsible for anywhere between 10 to 17 touchdowns. I think last year, Dalvin Cook had, I know he had 1,000 yards for sure, but I think he had like 16 touchdowns. And now you're asking Alexander Madison, who plays good when Dalvin is hurt. You know, he might come in, catch 5, stuff like that. But you're asking him to play like that for a full game. You're asking him to be Dalvin consistently. And we don't know what that is. So you take away what you had for sure for another question mark. And if it's just going to be, if the run attack is not going to be there, I don't see it.
I agree with GC.
Well, Well, I look at it like, Kwesi and Kevin O'Connell, I trust them in their decision making and what they do. I love Dalvin Cook, but if we look at every season that he plays for all 6 years, he never played a full season. So that's when Alexander Mattison came in and spelled him and everything. Alexander's not going to be that home run running back. We know that, but he can run and he can move the chain. With that offense that Kevin O'Connell brings in, they're more, it's more in the air. When Dalvin Cook, those 6 seasons, he was like 60-something% of the offense. Last year, it went down to 43. That's because of the type of style that Kevin offense that he runs. So they figure that, they don't want a whole lot. They'll get good production out of Alexander Mattison, but they gave Cook $7 million. He wanted $14. He's still out there, but he ain't signed no contract with nobody because, that somewhere down the line that doing those, in that season, he's going to miss some games. He showed it. He never played a full season. So, you roll the dice, are you going to miss 2 games, 3 games, 4 games? That's what's haunting him out there. That's why teams that are reluctant on picking him up. And so I would want him to really come on back home, to an offense that and this and that and this, but he chooses to want to get to a team he wants to be the man. But they know that with your track record that you're going to miss some games. It's evident. You never played a full season.
Missing games. But if you tell me we played 17 games now, if my running back is going to play 13 and give me 1,000 yards and 16 touchdowns, I'm satisfied. Because how many running backs are going to give you that?
Yeah, exactly.
Just for the record, Dalvin played 17 games last year. He had his second most carries at 264, 1,100 yards, 8 touchdowns on the ground. He was responsible for 2 passing touchdowns. So
it's pretty good.
10 touchdowns on the season.
10 touchdowns. That's average for a running back. Drew to the game. What's up, Drew to the You already know. Yeah. You ain't got to tell me that. It's self-explanatory right here. It's self-explanatory. What's up, Drew to the game? Yes, sir. GC sounds like a smoke screen and he gonna drive at you.
Nah.
He watching, boy. Drew to the game watching you. Everybody watching you, bro. Yes, sir. I'm trying to figure you out, bro. Come on, Mr. President.
Go ahead, Mark.
So my question is, we keep bringing up Kirk Cousins doesn't have a defense and you need a defense to win football games. My question about that is, hosts compare him to Derek Carr. Derek Carr has
No, I didn't compare him.
Okay, my bad. I might have misheard because I'm saying you can have a bad defense, but if your quarterback has enough moxie in him, you can still win football games. Looking at back at 2016, the Atlanta Falcons had the 27th ranked defense in the league and got all the way to the Super Bowl.
True.
So if you have a quarterback that has that moxie in him and that dog in him to get you over the hump, you can win with no matter kind of team you got.
True, but Atlanta got hot. It depends on how you get hot. You get hot at the right time.
How many teams would a 27 ranked defense is going to get to the big game like that? Yeah,
it's like you slip and fall into the Super Bowl because
how much better are we saying Matt Ryan is than Kurt? I kind of agree with you to a sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're saying that he slipped up and did it, but Matt Ryan did it. You know what I'm saying? When is Kurt going to do it? When is he going to turn it on?
Don't forget, Matt Ryan also threw for, was it like 5,000 that year? What an MVP?
Yeah, he did.
That's part of my point, G, is he turned it on. He put them on his back and he did it. When is Kurt going to do that? When have we seen Kirk Cousins do that? I think you're just making Mark's point a little bit more, is the fact that without that defense that we claim that everyone needs to have, Matt Ryan was able to tough it out, put his team on his back with a bottom 5 percentile defense and go to the Super Bowl. We've seen Kurt with a bottom 5 percentile defense and only get to the first round wild card and get bounced out. So when is he going to turn it on and be the guy that propels his team to win?
Time is getting short. It's getting short because he's been there 5 years already.
Because that would have been it to turn it on last year against the Giants in the wild card game.
Yeah,
but we didn't. I mean, we didn't have no type of defense. I mean, our defense was just garbage. And I think that we're not saying that Kirk can get on that level as a Matt Ryan or what, but he can score offensively. If he just needs some defensive help. That's all, to keep the other teams from trying to get so close to where we score from. We don't want, we got to score like, when the Colts have us 33-0 the first half. If we come back, set a record. They had us 30-0 the first half. We beat them 33-30. Offense had to come and score all those points in the second half, but look what the defense was doing, nothing. But they held their own in the second half. But yeah. we need a defense that's going to hold all four quarters.
It was the defense fault that they scored 33. And like Mark said earlier, on a very bad Indianapolis team.
Yeah, the defense was garbage, but they held up the second half. We get a defense that's why I said that's why I wanted Brian Flores. I didn't want no other defensive coordinator. He felt he came in just the way I want him, and so the defense is going to be better. His resume proves that it's going to be better.
But Key-Dog, even if you have a good defense, I don't guarantee that your quarterback is going to play any better.
I'm not saying he's playing better, but he can score. That's all. I just have a defense that you can keep them at a minimum, at least 18 points a game or something like that, right in that range. Because we can score.
You didn't give before last Viking defense when y'all didn't give up. You only gave up under 20 points.
Yeah, up under 20 points. And once we get back to that defense and we can score offensively, that's no problem. Yeah. But we get a defense that can keep them right in that range between 18 and 20, we'll be good.
The only
time is ticking.
Us, I believe.
Matt Ryan threw for 49-44 that year, that Super Bowl season.
49 and 44?
4,944 yards and 38 touchdowns. And last year, Kirk for 4,500 yards.
Who he threw to?
I mean,
38 touchdowns?
You say Kirk threw for 4,500 yards?
Right. That's
okay.
4,500 yards last year, 29 touchdowns.
I mean, it's like I say, he could throw the ball, you know what I'm saying? But it's just that I really feel our defense was just terrible. It was garbage. It was last in the league. You cannot do that with him. But I understand what y'all saying about Kirk, but I'm telling you, if we can get a defense that's going to keep between 18 and 20, and he continues to play the way he playing, he don't really have to get to that level like that because the defense will help him. So that's how I'm looking at. If that's not the level that he can get to, long as he can still produce like he's doing, we'll get a good defense.
Well, that's a mediocre quarterback then.
I mean, when you in the NFC with teams like the 49ers, us, who else? Dallas, teams like that, you're gonna need a defense.
Oh hell yeah! I
mean, y'all got these teams got good defenses themselves. So that's what I mean. I just really feel he kind of gets a bet. I mean, if you look at the numbers itself, he got decent numbers. I understand y'all saying that he needs to be on the upper echelon as an amazing quarterback or do this and do that, but to get to the next level, I really think he needs a good defense, man. He needs a good defense that will help him. And and like I said, I rooted for Brian Flores. I didn't want nobody else, and we got him. So hey, I think we'll do good.
I think so. I mean, you won 13 games last year.
Oh
yeah. Hell.
That's
impressive alone right there. See, that's another thing they don't say about Kirk. He won 13 games. You only lost one at home. One out of the whole season. You only lost one game. It's impressive. So that's what I'm saying. Your team is headed up by doing that, especially with a first-year head coach. I mean, goddamn, the guy won a Super Bowl. Next day, he was in Minnesota getting the team ready. He went 13-4. He won a division. Okay. It's dreams and aspirations and sky's the limit for Minnesota. But like the guys were saying, can number 8 hang with them?
And then, like I was going to post, if everything works out for them with Brian Flores and Kevin O'Connell getting the playbooks correct for both sides, we're talking about Minnesota probably winning the NFC North again.
Minnesota one of the best teams in the NFC to me.
They'll win the NFC North. They'll probably get, if I'm predicting off of right now,
y'all think so?
Get to the NFC Championship. If
top 5, come on, bro. Minnesota got to be top 5.
They
Let me take my top 5. I'm gonna go real quick. My top 5: the Eagles,
of course,
the Saints, the 49ers, the Saints. And who else to say it? The Saints.
The Cowboys.
I'll probably throw Minnesota. No.
You don't think the Cowboys?
I'll probably say Minnesota 4.
I know I'm a rival, but I got to be honest with myself.
The Vikings are better than the Cowboys?
Yeah. Look at the record.
As a whole?
Yeah.
You talking about the same team that put 40 on them? Sorry, OG. Put 40 on them.
Y'all looking at games and scores. I got to get y'all out of that mindset.
Yeah, our defense, man. I keep telling you I think they was coming off that game. They was coming off that game from both.
It doesn't matter who wins or lose.
They was coming off that game from both. They was coming off that emotional game. That was a hard fought emotional game in Buffalo.
What is it about then, host?
Huh?
What if it's not about wins and losses? What is it about?
You can't listen. You can't say, "Oh, they're not good" because they don't win. Everybody can't win, Deuce. Just like your Pittsburgh Steelers. Did your Steelers win the division? No, but they don't make them a bad team.
It don't make us a good one.
Oh Lord,
you're a decent. The Pittsburgh Steelers is a decent team, but I can't just say, "Oh, they're not good" because they ain't winning the division. That's asinine. They're a good team. And your team is going to the future as well because you got a decent quarterback and you got a good running back. But that don't make Pittsburgh sorry. You can't say, "Oh man, Pittsburgh is garbage."
Answer me this, host. If
yes, sir.
If the Steelers play, I'm gonna use the Saints for example because I was able to go to that game. We beat them. Does that not make us a better team than them that year?
Just because you beat them, yeah. I mean, the better team won that game, but talent-wise on that roster, the Saints are better.
Doesn't make you a good team.
Who got to play, dude? Talent makes you win, Deuce. Talent makes you win.
Well,
Talent.
So if I have a team full of superstars that can't win, that does not make them a good team because they're good players. They're good players, but they're not a good team. A team is a collective.
The Eagles lost to the Kansas City Chiefs in the Super Bowl, but does that make the Eagles the bad team?
It made them the Kansas City Chiefs. It made them a better team than the Eagles.
Did it make them a bad team? Did the Eagles?
I didn't say they were bad. I said the Chiefs were better.
I'm asking you. The Eagles lost to the Chiefs.
But I never said they were bad. I never said they were bad. I never said the Vikings were bad. But I said the Cowboys were better than them when they beat them 40-3.
What I'm getting at, dude. What
are we talking about? It's 40-3. What?
You can't go by scores, dude. What I'm saying, the Eagles is more talented. Listen to me. The Eagles is more talented than the Kansas City Chiefs. The Chiefs got one player. If Patrick Mahomes go down, that's it.
They don't have one player. It's not true.
If Patrick Mahomes go down, the Chiefs are nothing.
So Travis Kelce don't play for them no more?
The Eagles go down, they got
Chris
all
Jones
kinds
don't
of
play for them no more?
Got to get the ball to Travis Kelce before he can do it.
God.
The Chiefs have won a game.
I love it, Deuce. Come on, Deuce. Come on.
This is insane.
Come on, Deuce. Come on.
I feel like
Deuce.
We know that Carson Wentz has an arm, but he got to get it to the players.
You gotta get if Patrick Mahomes go down, the Chiefs is nothing, bro. Huh? You gonna side with Deuce? You want to make that mistake?
I mean,
who's a better team out of the Giants and the Vikings?
Who's a better team?
Who's
the
a better
Vikings.
Team?
The Vikings, because the Vikings are more talented.
The same team that put them out of the playoffs.
The Giants don't even have a number one receiver.
And they beat the Vikings.
And they beat them.
Because they're a better team, a better
do you
collective.
Think the Giants, be honest with you, dude.
Of 22 players who play on the field, they were a better team than the Vikings.
Okay, but do you think out of 5 games, do you think the Giants will beat the Vikings out of 5 games? Do you think
I know they played twice last year? I know they played twice last year.
if you had to put money on the Giants and the Vikings, who would you put your money on the 5-game series?
We don't play 5-game series, host. What do we?
Think about it, Deuce. I'm getting think logically.
No,
think logically.
Because you're going off of what would happen. I'm going off of what happened already. I'm going off of what happened. And on January 15th in Minnesota, the New Giants walked into that stadium and left with the win.
So, kind of like my Eagles beating the 49ers when they had no quarterback. We were better than them.
But did that
same at all, Philly G.
But do that make the 49ers fan?
But it's moving the goalposts because they didn't have a quarterback. We weren't the better team. If they still had a quarterback, they still had Brock Purdy in that game. We still better than them.
JJ, I'm not saying. Listen to me. See, boy, just listen. I know you don't play 5 games in the NFL. For all you NFL guys out there, I know you don't play 5 games. But truth be told, if you had 5-game series, would you put your money on the Vikings or the Giants? If you was doing a prediction, Deuce, and you had $1,000 cash in your hand, and you say, who are you going to put it on, the Giants or the Vikings? Let's set the stage. Super Bowl. Who would you choose?
I put it on the Vikings.
Why?
Because they have a better offense.
That's what I'm talking about. Thank you.
So is there not 2 parts of the? Is there not?
That's what I'm talking about, Deuce.
All right.
That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying.
What are the 3 phases of football?
I'm not saying who beat.
What are the 3 phases of football? I'm not saying
who beat. Huh?
What are the 3 phases of football?
Trivia. What is it?
Offense, defense, special teams. That's what a team is. So just because I have one that's better, the other 2 can't be better?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying
that. Makes you So if I have more phases of the game covered, that doesn't make us a better team. If they were such a better team, why did they lose?
You just answered my question. You picked them because they're talented.
That wasn't the original question, host. That wasn't the original question, and you know it.
That was my question to you. I said, which one will you choose? You said the Vikings.
You said a better team.
Talented.
You said a better team.
Exactly.
You didn't say talent until you got to your last question. You said a better team.
Talent. Talent makes you talent. Justin Jefferson's a great receiver because of talent. Jalen Hurts is a great quarterback because of talent. Even Patrick Mahomes. It's talent.
I got to disagree.
I hear you.
I disagree.
I hear you.
Come on. I'll take on all.
I guess coaching doesn't matter. I guess none of that matters.
Yeah, coaching does matter.
Might as well just sit down and we just let the talent.
So who would you choose? Okay, so let's go back to coaching. Who would you choose? Brian Flores and Kevin O'Connell, or Brian DeBall or Wink Martindale?
Brian Daboll.
So why you didn't choose them in the Super Bowl? Why you chose Minnesota in the Super Bowl, but you choosing DeBall now? Why?
A Super Bowl? When did we talk about a Super Bowl?
I just gave you a scenario, set the stage, Minnesota and the Giants. You said Minnesota would win because Minnesota's more talented.
I didn't hear that. My Wi-Fi went out. I didn't hear that.
He said that Minnesota would win because of a better
I said they had a better offense. Is what I said. I didn't say they were a better team.
I digress.
But I disagree.
And if we talking any time in the postseason, I'm definitely not taking the Vikings. So
okay. I respect your opinion, man.
As we saw in the postseason last year, we saw who won that football game.
True. That's true. The Giants won. That's all I can say. Giants won.
That's why they brought in Brian Flores, because the defense was terrible. If we'd have had a decent defense, we'd have beat them. But our defense is just was terrible. That's why we came in and brought D-Man.
I have a question. How is it the defense's fault when that same exact defense without Brian Flores was able to hold off the Giants just long enough for y'all to beat them in the regular season, but that same defense couldn't do it again in the postseason?
Because
I don't think the defense is the excuse or the reason why the Vikings can't get where they want to go.
I'm telling you,
same defense beat them the first time.
Like, we acting,
yeah, but they barely beat them the first time. You see what I'm saying? But the defense was just, to me, that's why I'm telling you that when we got rid of Ed Donatel, his defense was like bend but don't break. It's like give up something, but don't give up no big play or whatever. But it was costing us. So I'm telling you that I wanted Brian Flores, and we went and got him. They had the same mindset like I thought. Get Brian Flores, and that defense will be fixed. I promise you that. Let me ask you a question. Do you think Brian Flores will fix that defense?
No.
I think so.
Not year one.
Putting a Band-Aid on a bullet hole.
It's true.
It's
gonna take him a minute.
Is Brian Flores a successful defensive coordinator? Is he not?
He is, but he's one of the best talent to work with in Miami. He didn't have much talent.
We got talent.
Yeah, he had a lot more talent, man.
Yeah, I don't see the defensive talent on that team this year, Q-Dog. Y'all top end draft picks are on offense this year.
What about Hunter? Then you got Hunter. Then you got Hunter and Harrison. They're still there. They're still playing. And then you got your boy, the corner. We got Evans. He good. Then we got your boy out of Carolina. I mean, in free agency from the Cardinals. I forget his name. He was. I mean, we're gonna be good, man. I'm not even worried.
All right.
I'm looking. You'll see. Like we talking. Sometimes we talk apples to oranges. We're talking about a team that wins in like week 3 or whenever the matchup was early in the season to a playoff game when playoff is different ball. And we all know that everybody's together. You know who you are by the time the playoffs come. You don't know who you are in week 3, week 4.
How about week 5?
Hold on, Philly G. Talent gives you the window, but if you have this talent and you lose, you're trash. That's what it is. The Rams had a Hall of Famer at every level on defense. Aaron Donald on the line, Bobby Wagner in the middle linebackers, and Jalen Ramsey at the corner, and they did not make the playoffs. But they had the talent, though. And what do we call the Rams? Trash.
I wouldn't call them trash.
But why not? They trash.
Just because they lost the game don't mean they trash.
Yeah, you have to go off of last season, what they gave you on the tape, and they gave you shit, and they are trash.
They went 5-12 after the Super Bowl. That's trash, but not doing just because they lost the Super Bowl.
They get based off of last season, what they put on the field and on the tape, with 3 Hall of Famers on the defense, they are trash.
Okay. I
get what GC's saying. Like
I like this feistiness today. I got your chest out, saying good. I like
my closing argument.
I love it, man. I love it.
The Golden State Warriors, when they went 73-9, were they not talented?
Very.
Did they win a championship?
Yes, sir.
Did they win 73-9? No, they did not.
LeBron came back from 3-1.
They came back.
Why didn't the more talented team win? If they were the better team,
because the other team wanted it more.
They were a better team. They were a better collective of men than the other group. That is the definition of a team.
And they put it in another gear to win that game.
So when you got talent, you're supposed to win every single time.
According to you, that's what you said.
That's not always how it goes.
That's what you said. That's what you told me.
I mean, yeah.
That's what you've been saying the whole time.
That's what you've been saying.
Talented, what you're saying is the Eagles should have been undefeated as far as I'm concerned.
You're saying talent outweighs a team. Your talent can be a team. That's what you told me.
Yeah. The Giants. I was talking about the Giants and the Vikings. But I said scoring points doesn't make you, just because you don't win the game doesn't make you, just like GC said with the Rams. The Rams lost, but don't make them sorry. You just can't say, oh, they got all this team,
they
all
sucked
this
last year.
Yeah, last year because they was 5-12
last year.
Yeah, I agree with you because they was 5-12.
And they sucked.
I know, but he was talking. Listen to me. He was talking about the Super Bowl. Just because you lose Super Bowl don't make you trash. Just like the Eagles. The Eagles lost the Super Bowl. The Eagles ain't trash by a long shot.
You're never trash if you make the Super Bowl. But when you come back the following season.
Got you. Now I got you.
Follow-
Now I agree with you.
All
Okay,
those
I didn't understand you. I didn't understand
all
you.
of our
Okay.
top 5 rankings, we don't go back 2 years ago and make a top
Okay,
5.
I got you.
We
Okay,
go out
you're right.
to the last
You're right.
year and make our
I agree
top
with you.
5.
I agree with you. I agree with you. You're right. You're right. I didn't understand where you was coming
That's
from.
like us playing well this year.
Okay.
Go 5-12 this year. After
5-12. Yeah, that's trash. Okay, I agree with you. I agree. I got you. Thanks for bringing that picture.
Like the Eagles is going to be on everybody's top 5 list. You know what I'm saying? But if they call out and be trash, 5-12 next year, when we're doing top 5, the Eagles will not be mentioned.
Yeah.
Nope. We'll be 30th or 31st or 32nd.
I love this debate, man. And that's what debate. That's what debate's about, Deuce.
But we better not go 5-12 with this team. I swear.
It'll be more. I'm gonna come see you again. I'm coming to see you. Oh, your head up. Look at me. I'm coming to see you.
I hear you.
I love you, bro.
I love you too, brother. I can't agree with you though.
I know, man. I know. Like I said, same building, different
brotherhood.
buildings.
Hey, to my fellow swamp cowboy, I'm with you, Deuce.
Hey, that's a bad road to go down, baby. Hey, but that's okay. That's a bad road to go down, but that's okay, bro. I was just messing with you, man. I love it. I love the debate. It's hardly I get into a debate with somebody. That's good. It's good. GC, you want some?
What happened?
You good? You good, G? Everybody good? Everybody good?
I'm good. I just we was talking apples to oranges.
I didn't understand you, G. My bad, and that was my fault. I get what you're saying now. You absolutely right. You absolutely right. I agree with you. And Deuce, I probably didn't understand what you was covering from too. So you absolutely right too. Like I that 5-12. Bleh. Yeah, that's trash, man. I agree with you. I agree. Most agree.
You know you're bad when Tampa Bay Buccaneers had somewhat of a better record than yours.
The Bucks. Damn.
Bucks and Panthers, to be honest.
You ain't lying. The Bucks, they won division. That's a slip and fall. That was 8-9. They won division. God almighty, boy.
I think we take care of business, bro.
Yeah, I feel you on that.
If we take care of business, we in the playoffs.
We're gonna skip on it. We're gonna go to trivia, man. Do the time straight. That was good, man. Deuce, my man. That's my man right there, boy. My man. That's all. That's all, man. That's my man right there. I don't care what nobody say. All right, GC and Philly G, man. Let's get this thing going. All right, man. We got NFL trivia to determine who will get the #1 draft pick in the Real Sports Group Fantasy Football League, representing the Philadelphia Eagles. It is Philly G. It's Philadelphia's favorite son. And New Orleans, representing the New Orleans Saints in the 504. 504, man. It is my dog GC. GC, man. GC with the smashing dominance in the Real Sports Group Fantasy Football League last season. Let's see, can he do it again? All right, man. The theme of the day, since these guys are going at it, it will be #1 draft picks, both player and team. Some of the answers could be player, some of the answers could be a team. But it is themed as #1 draft pick. And oh man, I forgot who's to go first.
You let Philly G go first.
Oh, let that go first.
That Papa Doc steak.
You Papa Doctor, bro. He Papa Doctor, bro. Damn. All right.
I just watched it last week.
Before I go there, OG, who you got, man? Philly G or GC?
Oh man, I tell you, Philly G pretty tough. You know, he take this serious. GC, man, I think they both kind of equal. But I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go with GC on this one. I think he might edge him out.
Okay. All right, Mr. Perez.
Oh man, I'm an honorary Saints fan this year. You know what I'm saying? Who that nation, all that good stuff. But
Nation.
I gotta go with the quarterback that came out of the great state of the 405 and my best friend-in-law, Philly G.
Oh, Philly Jeezy. Okay.
That's on like off brand 504 to me.
Oh damn. Well, that's crazy, man. All right, Deuce, you the tiebreaker, man. Who you got? GC or Philly G?
Hey man, I love both of these brothers dearly. Philly G, you know you my dog, my Sixers brother. But me and GC have been through too much together, man. That's blood right there, bro. I'm rolling with my boy. I'm rolling with the boot. 985, 504, all that.
Boot. The boot, man. I forgot about that. The boots.
I'm gonna just do Sean Jackson. You already know what play I'm talking about.
The boot. Oh man, that's crazy. All right, man. Philly G. GC say he's gonna pop a docky. So you're going to go first. Here we go. Who was the 2004 number 1 draft pick?
I want to say, all right, so that was the year that he was supposed to play for the Chargers, but got traded to NY. I'm going to say Eli Manning.
Eli Manning it is. Eli Manning it is. All right. GC, here we go.
Get it.
Who was the 2009 number 1 draft pick? 2009.
2009. Matthew Stafford.
Ooh, we got a tie here. Oh, look at him. Look at him. I'll tell you, boy. Here it is coming out the gate. Coming out the gate. Here we go. Philly G. What team had the number 1 draft pick in 2011?
Carolina Panthers. They drafted Cam Newton.
Carolina it is.
Oh, geez. They go Philly G.
Philly G. Oh, okay. GC, here we go.
Boys been studying.
Word. What team had the draft pick in 2001? Number 1 draft pick.
That's the Atlanta Falcons for Michael Vick.
My God, have mercy.
Boy, they going. Hey, boy, they've been studying. Boy, they in the playbook.
Trying to tell you. Dang. All right.
Blow.
All right, Philly G. Here we go. What college did the 2017 number 1 draft pick Myles Garrett attend?
Oh, damn it.
Got him.
Oh, man. And I know it was an SEC team, too.
These boys flying high.
Mississippi State?
Who?
Mississippi State?
No.
Damn.
GC?
Texas A&M.
Texas A&M it is.
Colors mixed up.
About to say right color, wrong state.
That word. Stolen by GC. All right, Philly G, here we go. What team has the most number 1 draft picks with 5? What NFL team?
Damn it.
Has the most number 1 draft picks? History.
For a long time. I'm going to say the Browns.
No.
Damn.
GC?
Damn, that shocked the hell out of me because that's what I thought it was. Who's in history?
Damn, host.
Yeah, you slowed the real down with this one.
Yeah. You know.
I have no idea. I'm gonna just say the Rams.
No, man. Turn around. Look. Turn around in your background. He on the ground.
That's tough.
Indianapolis Colts.
Oh.
That was my second option.
I thought it was the Browns because they sucked for so long.
Yeah.
the Colts too.
I thought it was the Browns just for that reason. And then I was like, I know the Rams had 2 in like a 6-year span. So I was like, they could have easily had 5. But I didn't think about the Colts. But they had Manning, they had Luck, then okay.
Yeah, the list goes on with them. All right, Philly G, this last one. You got to get this one right here.
All right.
Got to get this one right. Here we go. Besides USC, Oklahoma, and Georgia, what school joined these other schools with the most number 1 draft picks?
I should already know this one. Isn't it Alabama?
No.
What?
Nope. GC.
Oh, that's
USC, Oklahoma, Georgia. What school joined these other schools in the most number 1 draft picks?
It's not Oklahoma State.
So Oklahoma had Georgia had. I want to say LSU.
No. Notre
Notre
Dame. Notre Dame.
I never got that because I really don't like Notre Dame, so I don't pay attention to them. I knew LSU had 2 quarterbacks, and I was just like, I'm going
Let's slow down due to the game. Let's slow down. All right, man, that's it. Then GC with a score of 3-2. GC gets the number 1 draft pick. You hear that, Mr. Commissioner?
Hey, good game, bro.
Hey, good game, bro. We do it for 504 to 985.
Y'all played a good game. Good game.
Yeah, boy, that was
318, all that.
What you say, Deuce?
All that.
We do it with the 504 to 985, the 225, the 337, the 318.
Talk about it. Let's go.
All that. A boot baby. A boot baby.
Boy, I love them Bayou boys, man.
I lost the championship. I lost the number 1 pick to him. This year, I get back, bro.
But that was good, Philly G. That was boy.
Man,
y'all went at it, bro. Y'all went at it on that one.
All right, it's been made official. No 1 draft pick in the league going to GC.
You heard the commissioner.
Get
that bro.
Commissioner.
Don't worry, I'm not taking your boys. So you can have them. You have them next week.
Ironically enough, I shuffled it and it gave Deuce number 1 overall pick. That's crazy.
Is that right?
Hey, Miss Deuce, your husband came at me. I want a restraining order.
Now he want a restraining order.
No, I didn't.
I want a restraining order.
I did not correct those.
He did it. He hurt me.
Now he hurt you.
That's my dude, man. That's my dude, man. That's my dude right there, little Deuce, man. Shout out to Big G. No doubt. No doubt.
The chef.
Oh yeah?
What?
Let's go. Tell me twice.
Yeah, the chef. Raekwon ain't got nothing on him.
She said, I saw. I can say it was that. It took a turn. It'll take much to do something, man. It'll take that much.
Nah, I saw the picture.
You know why though? Because the man is an athlete. No. He's an athlete, so that's exactly why.
So I was like, "You fired. Here we go."
Oh man, you gotta love it, man. Hey, GC, man, you got that number 1 pick, so here we go.
Set up. GC's number 1, Philly G's number 2, and the computer gave Deuce number 3.
Deuce, all right. Let's go.
I mean, my number 1 pick is already decided. So,
you see how happy they were until they found out I had the number 3 pick, Mark? You see how happy them two was? Yeah.
Hey, good luck, bro. Good luck.
My pick was decided already. I knew I was getting this. I've been ready.
I know how to beat you. They don't. I know your tricks.
You know how to beat me in 1 league.
I knew how to beat.
I know your trick.
I'm ready. I'm
You know how to beat me in 1 league.
You got new blood in him. You got Deuce.
Deuce, all I'm gonna say to you, bro, with that number 3 overall pick, make sure you draft the most talented team. That's how you're gonna win, all right? The most talented team.
Hey,
Yeah, boy.
sadly, in fantasy football, that's exactly what you're gonna need to do.
Mike, they did this year. Oh, the computer could, right, Mr. President, you want to answer that question?
Drew to the game, I got you. I'm glad you asked, my man. Whoa, hold up.
We'll wait on you.
Nah, when I leave the joint, the audio get messed up. All right, so in the draft right now, top 10 picks, GC number 1, Philly G at number 2, Deuce at number 3, number 4 is our good friend Woods, Drew to the game at number 5, Wall Street at number 6, I got number 7, our friend Gary Rains got number 8, T-Rock got number 9, and my friend Dre got number 10. That's the top 10.
And those of you that need more information, just go to the Real to Sports group, and Mr. President will put that draft order up for you in the group. Yes, man.
Sir.
Mr. President, he will post that for you guys. For you, man. Can't wait to get it out, man. We got new blood, man. We got Deuce up in here. Let's see what Deuce and Street can do up in here, man. We got some new blood up in here, boy. I'm ready
right now.
Yes, sir, man. All right, man. That is it. That is it for this one. So our show for this part of the half. Our show for the day, man. As always, man, thank you for watching another episode of the Real Sports Talk Show, man. Please hit that thumbs up. Hit that thumbs up right now. Hit it. Yes, sir.
We have had an episode where I did Roll Tide, man.
You got it in.
Yeah, Mark.
Hit that thumbs up. Hit that thumbs up for us, man. And if you're watching us for the first time, man, hit that subscribe button. Turn on that bell for all notifications, man. Hey, Kamish, talk to him.
Hey, man, we appreciate y'all for coming to hang out with us. We had a great day. Deuce so loved Oklahoma State and XFL. I had Deuce's back at his disagreement with the host. I thought we was gonna do good, and then Philly G had to say them 2 words. But nonetheless, that's what we all here for. Come on back. We got the Real Man and Man Lounge up next, and if not, we're gonna see you guys on Tuesday. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
Man, boy, I'll tell you, he said it. He took the words right out of my mouth, and I still want to put a restraining order against Deuce.
Hey, come on, host. Come on, host. Rule number 1 of the Real to Sports podcast.
Man, you
gotta
know
be
Bayou, man, them Bayou boys, man. Them boys is dangerous now, though. You hear me, Woody? Did I say it right?
That's GC. I ain't from the city. I'm a little farther north than GC.
Oh, okay. You will get your cowboy boots there.
Yeah, GC the dangerous one, man.
Oh, you down in the woods.
Stay dangerous, so you end up in certain places.
West Bank legend.
Word.
Bruh, I watched the video the other day, like last night, and like every month they had like 14-year-olds talking about how dangerous it is, and I'm just like, bro, that's real life.
Ooh, that is real life.
Like you talking about kids, 14, 12.
Or who you
like,
tell?
Bro, like the 12-year-old literally said you have to carry everywhere you are. And he's 12.
It's the world we live in, man.
Yeah.
It's the world we live in. I tell you, man. As Mr. President said, man, stay right here. Stay right here, ladies and gentlemen, man, because in about I give it about 20 minutes, man. About 20 minutes. Probably around about 3:30, man. We're gonna start the Real Man to Man Lounge. It opens up, man. That is a show, man, with no sports talk, man. Just a group of men coming together for 1 hour. Talk some real talk, man. Just talk some brotherhood talk, man. So again, probably about 3:30, man. The Real Sports Lounge, Real Man to Man Lounge will start, man. If you can't make it live, we hope you come back later on and watch. And we will see you guys Tuesday, 7 p.m. live on YouTube. And we got sports to talk about, man. Of course, man, we got the NBA and NFL news. And we will have an NBA trivia showdown as the Real Sports NBA trivia champion, Wall Street. He will defend his title against Philly G. Philly G, man. Wall Street versus Philly G. So Philly G, step on back up to the mic. Tuesday, man, you get a chance to reclaim that Real to Sports NBA Trivia Championship, man. So again, man, we'll see you guys. If you guys can't make the lounge in about 3:30, man, we will see you guys Tuesday live, 7 p.m. on YouTube, man. Shout out to the Deuce. The Deuce won't be with us, man. So, man, Deuce, man, wherever you go, man, we wish you safe travels wherever you go, brother. And we'll see you Tuesday. No question and no doubt, man. Again, we're going to get on up out of here. I got my restraining order. I got to go fill that out. I got the legend, my man.
Yes, sir.
Number one pick, 504.
Yes, sir.
Number one.
We do.
My man, Philly Gzo, and America's Most Wanted, the Deuce. My man, and the commish.
Don't let me get you down, Deuce. I got you back.
All right, man. We'll see you guys in the lounge around about 3:30, man. And if you guys can't make the lounge again, we'll see you guys live Tuesday, 7 p.m. live right here on YouTube, man. Hey, be out there. You heard what GC says, it's dangerous out there. So be safe and stay safe. We out.